Hey everybody, welcome back to Saturday Night Live with Squid, episode number 4. Once again, I am your host. My name is Squidprints, but you can just call me Squid. I'm bringing a whole bunch of new pokes for us to play with this week. I have Gorgai Super with a trick up his sleeve, which you'll see. Definitely have Wifi with me. We've already found an opponent from Japan. I want to bring Scarfed Armanitan. I am bringing an Violet Scyther, Oh, I forgot to switch that. It's supposed to be a Life Orb Sigilyph, but this one has wide lens. I mean, not wide lens, wise glasses, because I forgot to change that up. And I have a Staraptor with a Citrus Berry. Now today we are going up against, it looks like a Talonflame with no item, possibly for acrobatics. There is going to be a T-Tar, a Chandelure, was that Tornadus? Most likely Tornadus. Looks like a Heatron and a Venusaur. So that is a very annoying wall core right there. So let's see who we could have to deal with this the best. Looks like Darmanitan's Earthquake is going to come in handy. His Flare Blitz is going to come in handy. And his Superpower is going to come in handy as well. So hopefully that is going to be a thing. I don't really have something to take an acrobatics from a Talonflame, so that is going to be quite unfortunate. We will see though. I am going to bring the Darmanitan. My Gourgeist is going to be kind of useless here, just for the fact of his 2 Flash Fire guys, and I do have Will-O-Wisp. But I'm actually going to end up bringing Weavile with me, and I am going to bring Sigilyph with me as well. And I feel like I should be okay with that. So I'm going to lead off with the Darmanitan. Let's see what he wants to do. I do have Rock Slide, Earthquake, Superpower, and Flare Blitz. No U-turn. Just because, I guess this is what I thought when I bred it in 5th gen. I don't know. Because this is an old Darmanitan. I have bred up a new Darmanitan, which is actually pretty cool. Which I do have to raise up soon. But this man looks like he's just going to let the timer either go all the way down and just, you know, go in there with a random Pokemon. It may just be the first 3 Pokemon, or he may have just saved that. So we will see what they're up to. Now, it could be a Heatran lead. There could be the Talonflame. I'm not sure what he'd like to start off with. Alright, there is a Thundurus. So we'll see what we want to do. We could actually take this thing out right now if we wanted to, with the Rock Slide. So the only thing is his other Pokemon will resist that. But I am just going to go for a Rock Slide and see what he does want to do. I'm not sure if this is the Genie that gets Prankster, so he could go for a Prankster T-Wave. He's going to go for Tailwind, which is not that great for me, because now that's going to give him... He's not only going to outspeed me, but as we do kill, but now that's going to give an advantage to the rest of his team. And he can really take advantage of that, because now my Scarf means nothing because he can outspeed me. And we will see what he wants to go into. And if he does have a Talonflame with him, then I am going to have to keep Darmanitan alive as long as I can, just because hopefully I could take an Acrobatics, but I'm not completely sure. Now, I'm not positive what this can do to me. I am locked into Rock Slide, but I could just wait for that to peter out. He may just go for a Shadow Ball, so I'm actually going to go into Weavile here. And if he does decide to go for Shadow Ball, then I will be in good shape. Hopefully he is choiced into something, because he can come in with a Fire Blast and knock me out with that. So hopefully... Alright, there is going to be Shadow Ball. Hopefully he is choiced, because he can outspeed me right now. And I'm not seeing any recoil of any sort. I'm not seeing any kind of leftovers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for Night Slash just to see what happens. He's going to end up going for an Overheat, so we definitely know he's not choiced in anything. And that may take us out. Yeah, that's definitely going to take us out. He's most likely running Modest, I'm assuming, just for the fact that he does have the Tailwind up. And there are the leftovers. So, or a white herb. Alright, wasn't really expecting that. I am actually... I'm pretty sure Tailwind puts you up at +3, and I am going to be weak. I don't know if I could take a Shadow Ball, which is what I'm curious about with the Darmanitan. So this is tough, because if he ends up bringing something that can resist or is flying, I wish I remembered most of his team. Because now I am in a little bit of a pickle here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Because if he brought the Heatran and I go for Rock Slide, then I'm really kind of screwed. And I have 5 seconds. I'm going to go into the Darmanitan, and hopefully I can live a Shadow Ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end up going for a... I'm just going to go for an Earthquake here and see what happens. Because I know he's going to outspeed us with the Tailwind up. Or not. I could have... Wow. I could have just went for Rock Slide and completely kept my little dude alive, and he lives. I wasn't expecting that. I probably should have went for... Well, I lived that anyway, and the Tailwind peters out. That is an extremely slow Chandelure, my friend. Even at... He must be running completely bulky. I probably should have went with the Rock Slide, just because I would have got the sheer boost, the sheer force boost on top of that. Not thinking. Naturally not thinking, because that's what I normally do best. Now, he's going to withdraw here, and that means that either he has the Talonflame with him, or there's Tyranitar. But I don't really have too much fear, because he is going into a super effective Earthquake, which is going to do a good amount of damage. It is going to do over 50%, and he is not going to be able to take another one. And I am going to be able to outspeed him as well. He has leftovers, and I should be able to... Yeah, I will be able to live another Sandstorm, and then Earthquake Earthquake on this turn, the Tyranitar, and stay alive to attack the Chandelure on the following turn. My opponent did realize that and is going to forfeit the battle, as I struggle to get these words out of my face today. Now we are going to look for another battle and see how our guys do against more Pokemon. So we will gladly search for another battle and see what's up. But I am interested in using the Scyther. I'm very excited to use that. It is a max HP, max attack Eviolite set with Roost, Agility, Fury Cutter, and Aerial Ace. So I would like to see how that works. Now there is a Pyroar, a Garchomp, Latias, Heracross, which most likely is Scarfed, which I'll bring up something in a second. There's also a Zapdos and a Bisharp. Now I do have one thing with priority, and it is going to be Weavile. But what I was looking up the other day, which is so funny, because if that Heracross is Scarfed, that is the only reason why Darmanitan cannot run Adamant Scarfed in UU, because that is the only Scarf Pokemon like of relevance that can actually make something of itself that stops Adamant Scarf Darmanitan. So unfortunately, guess who's running Adamant Scarf Darmanitan? That would be me. So we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do is, if that ends up being the Mega, I don't want to go up against... well, I could bring Scyther, and I could take it out with an Aerial Ace as long as I get an Agility up. But I need to get an Agility up. So what I'm going to do is, Weavile hits everyone pretty hard. So I am going to... I think I'm actually going to lead off with Staraptor. Just as a lead. I want to bring the Scyther with me, because if I can get an Agility up, I can deal with the Heracross. It also deals with the Latias as well, and it should be okay against the Bisharp, because I'm pretty sure Bug is neutral on that. And I'm going to bring Weavile, just because I need the Ice Shard for the Garchomp. So that's what I'm going to run with, and the Ice Shard is also going to help me, and the Night Slash is going to help me against the Latias as well, if he ends up bringing that. So this man definitely has a good Battle Spot team, because he's causing me trouble, and I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So we'll see how we can handle this. Alright, so we're just going to lead off with Staraptor and see what he wants to lead off with. And it is going to be a Pyroar. he's going to stop me from eating my berry, which actually affects me because I am running a citrus berry on my Staraptor. I'm just going to end up going for a Brave Bird because I'm going to hope that takes it out. He's actually going to switch straight out and go into his Zapdos. Okay. So we will see how much Brave Bird does to that. And that does not do much. So what we are going to do here is I'm actually going to U-turn out. And now that I think about it, that Pyroar outspeeds us. So maybe Brave Bird wasn't the best play in the world there. But what I'm going to do here is, I believe... Alright, well we already know 2 of his Pokemon. So we don't have too much to fear. So I am actually going to go into Weavile here. So if he wants to go for Thunderbolt, I will take that quite well just because of my... Oh, he's going to go for the Volt Switch. Okay. Which I do have the Assault Vest, so I will take that, pretty well. As well as a Weavile with an Assault Vest could take it, to be completely honest. So we will see what he wants to go into here. And he is going to bring this guy back in, which we still don't know what his final Pokemon is, so I'm still not completely sure if I would like to keep my Weavile around, because if it is Garchomp, then I am going to be in quite a pickle. However, I might be able to... Actually, I don't know if I could live that, because if a stab Volt Switch from a Zapdos, and that's not super effective, and that did about 25%. But what do I have that can actually come in and take a hit? The Scyther? He's going to end up outspeeding me, and I do need to get a Roost off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Ballsy, and I'm actually going to go for the Brick Break, seeing what he wants to do. And I actually outspeed, so he must be running like a modest bulky set or something like that. And he's going to go for Fire Blast. So if we live this, we can go for another... No, alright, yeah, there's no living that. So definitely a modest... Pyroar. Now that brings me, do I bring in the Scyther and go for an Agility? Or do I go into the Staraptor and go for a Brave Bird? Or I could go for a Pursuit, predicting the switch back out, but that really wouldn't make too much sense just for the fact that he could just bring in... He could just fodder this off and bring the Zapdos in next turn. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go for the Brave Bird, because I don't really fear this too much, just because I know I can come back in and outspeed it on the next turn. Or this turn, what I mean. But I don't want to predict the switch out and go for the Pursuit. Just because, like I said before, yeah, it wouldn't make much of a difference, because why take unnecessary damage from a Brave Bird on the next turn against the Zapdos when he could just fodder this off, because it is not going to be outspeeding anything, and he will be able to bring the Zapdos in freely. Now, here is a situation where I wish I had Double Edge, which I do not, because I wanted to try Pursuit on this. But I am just going to end up staying in and going for the Brave Bird here, just because I really don't have too much to do, and he's probably going to go for a Volt Switch. And I am going to be just left with, I will just be left with my Scyther. Now he's going to end up going for Roost. Okay. So I guess I could use that to my advantage. I'm going to go for a U-turn here, predicting another Roost. And I can bring in my Scyther. And I still have my Citrus Berry, which is nice. So on my next Brave Bird, I'll actually get my Citrus Berry and give me back at least a quarter of my health. So we're going to bring in Scyther. Max HP, a Violate. This thing definitely has some bulk. He is going to go for a Volt Switch. And that is going to do way more than I need. And I pretty much just lost my Scyther here. If you think about it, because he probably has a Garchomp with him, is what I was expecting. What is this? Alright, well, I'm going to go for the... he wouldn't have brought this in if it wasn't Scarfed. I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace, just on the off chance that he misses Stone Edge. And, he's going to outspeed us here, just because his base speed is higher than mine, unless he's running like an Adamant set. Alright, we are going to hit. I am Adamant. This is Technician boosted. Oh, wow. That did a lot. We just OHKO'd a Mega Heracross. Never seen that before in my life. Unfortunately, we still have this guy to deal with. Now, we will not be doing much because another Volt Switch is going to be able to take us out. But on the off chance, I'm just going to go for a Roost because he is probably going to outspeed us anyway. And there is the Volt Switch, which is going to do more than enough and take us out. But, we'll see, because we will get a Brave Bird here, and the cool thing about that is after this Brave Bird, the recoil will bring us down to our Citrus Berry, give us a little boost, and then we could pray that, maybe we could live a, Volt Switch. So, let's see what happens. Or possibly a critical hit, that could always be a thing. Nope, alright, and this is going to drop us right below 50. What's up, Citrus Berry? Give us a little bit more health back, a little bit more chance for to live a Volt Switch. And he's actually going to Roost here. Roost. You know, I was actually contemplating this the other day. I'm driving home from school, and I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm pretty sure Double Edge isn't really that great on a Staraptor. You know, just because what else is going to happen? What could it really do? And speak of the devil, this is what happens. I could have really used it in this situation because if I did have Double Edge, that wouldn't have been resisted and it would have been enough to take down the Zapdos. And unfortunately, we are going to go down in the first battle, but we definitely gave him a good fight. Taking down a Mega Heracross in one hit with an Aerial Aces, that's pretty awesome. I'll just say that to begin. But we are going to search for another battle, and hopefully we could turn this around, get some more wins under our belt, and see what we can do here. So we are going to look for another battle, go with our party guys again, and see what we find. That was actually a pretty long battle for it to be a battle spot. So we'll see what we got. And now we do have someone from Japan. Actually, that was our second battle, wasn't it? I'm getting ahead of myself. Because the first battle we ended up winning because of forfeit with the Darmanitan. We ended up losing the second battle, and this is our third battle. Now this man does have a pretty cool team. Pokemon that I really don't get to see, as in Swalot. There is going to be a Walrein. I do see Galvantula, so that does tell me that there is going to be a Sticky Web, but I have a way around that. And I can end up bringing Staraptor, Sigilyph, and Scyther with me. Unfortunately, he may know that, and all my flying types are not exactly going to be too great at taking that Sticky Web. And most likely he is going to be of the Scarfed variant. But I may have a way around that, and it's going to be with Darmanitan. So what I can do is I could Rock Slide before the Sticky Web, and then the Sticky Web will be down. I will be locked into Rock Slide, which is unfortunate, but Rock Slide actually does hit 3 of his Pokemon for super effective damage. There is going to be the Mawile, so his team just looking at it, I'm going to see Sticky Web, Mawile, and he's probably going to bring Talonflame, because it's Talonflame, and we all have to deal with that, and none of us really like that. So, unfortunately, Gourgeist is going to get kind of pooped on again, like I can't really bring it in this battle. Darmanitan is kind of stealing the show. So what I'm going to do is the plan I just had in my head. I've just lost. I definitely want to bring Darmanitan. I'm going to bring Weavile, because I do enjoy myself a Weavile. Actually, Weavile is going to get beat up completely by Mega Mawile. I really have nothing for Mega Mawile. Unless I... Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring Gourgeist anyway, because if I can get a Will-O-Wisp off, I'm going to be happy. And I'm running out of time, so Crap. Alright, I'm just bringing Sigalith because I barely beat the timer. I wanted to click Raptor, but I didn't have enough time. So hopefully this is going to work out for us. So let's see what we can make happen. You know, maybe he won't bring the Galvantula. That'd be something really cool. Hey, hey Gal. What's up, Gal? So I'm actually just going to go straight for the Rock Slide here. I'm going to outspeed, and I am going to bring it straight down to his Focus Sash, and he is going to end up getting the Sticky Web off. Wait, oh, no, alright, trick me. Never mind. Never mind. Through the camera, it looked like he died, so, there's the Sticky Web. We are now scarce for no reason. We are going to be able to take this out with another Sucker Punch. That's a thing? Galvantula gets Sucker Punch? Alright, well, you know, you learn something new every day. Another thing that's a little funny about that was I was watching a YouTube video where this kid was like, yeah, I versed a Galvantula with Sucker Punch. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, yo, that kid must have hacked that just for the fact that, like, why would that... Because I'm so into the notion of it always being a special attacker. So it would just make sense that, like, it would have that. I don't know. But you learn something new. I'm going to get Brave Bird straight to my face. And I'm probably going to die. So on the off chance that I live, then I can kill it with a Rock Slide. If I die, then, you know, that's just more recoil on him. But we pretty much called this guy's team from the start. You guy, you standard guy. Did I bring the Weavile? Hell no. Alright, definitely messed. Definitely didn't bring that. Because I know we all know that we can live a Brave Bird. I am just going to go for Ancient Power because I carry that. Here comes another Brave Bird, and we will see what happens. And my final Pokemon, which, upsettingly, Flare Blitz. Live? Holy wow, we lived on 1%! And we're going to kill the Talonflame with an Ancient Power. Maybe we'll get the boost. That's actually really cool. We lived it on 1%. Thank you, man. You little beast. I have like 4 HP investment in this because it's an offensive one. Now, Walrein. We actually might semi-sort of pull this off, maybe, because we did bring Gourgeist as our last. Can this thing really... I don't know what this thing is going to do to me. Alright, this is my confliction. Do I Roost or do I Ancient Power? My defense is that good? I wish I knew your stats off the top of my head, but since I am not a fan of you as a Pokemon, speaking of the Sigalith, I really don't know too much about you. I will lose my flying typing if he does decide. Well, I'm just going to go for Roost. I'm going to see what happens. Because if he goes for an Ice move, I do lose my flying typing. I'll just become purely Psychic. He's a... Oh, how cool is that? That is so cool. There is a belly-drumming Walrein in front of me right now. Alright. Now this is what I'm going to do. Oh, God. Alright. I'm going to go for Ancient Power. It is going to be super effective. I probably should have went for that first. But we'll see. I don't know. What else is he going to go for? Body Slam, possibly? Ice Fang. That's so cool. I've never seen that. I've tried a belly drumming set myself, but I didn't think anyone else did that. Alright, Alright, this is what might happen. I'm going to go for Destiny Bond. He's probably going to outspeed me just because I am so goddamn slow. He's at +6. I am minus speed nature. This is crazy. I'm gonna go for I'm just gonna go for a Trick Room because, by the love of God, if we somehow live this, yeah, probably not. Yeah, there's no way we're living that. And there's something nice for you to watch at home. There is a belly drumming giant walrus beating me up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is going to be this week's Saturday Night Live with Squid. We did have some good battles today. We did have a forfeit in the first match, which that man knew he didn't have anything to do. We definitely caught him in a check. The second battle, we did end up losing just by a little bit because our Raptor doesn't know double edge. And we were taken quite by surprise here by a belly drumming, I'll say this one more time, a belly drumming Walrein. So take that with a grain of salt. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's week of Saturday Night Live with Squid. I hope you guys stay tuned for next week. There will be more battles coming up and all that. So I'm heading out of here, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.